Good morning, everyone. I'm in Tokyo, out for a run. It's morning time. It's beautiful along the Tama River here. And this is an episode of a new series that I've decided to create called Sustainable Nations Through the Eyes of a Traveler. As you know, my partner, Kyle, and I, we live a nomadic lifestyle. We slow travel from place to place. Currently, we're obviously in Japan. And I decided that I'd like to share with you some observations. So before you comment about, this isn't researched, backed, and whatnot, please read the disclaimer in the comments. Okay, these are based on observations as a traveler in every country that we visit. So there'll be different categories that I share with you and share observations and thoughts, such as waste management, social sustainability and accessibility, those sorts of things. So if you want to follow along and see all of the episodes, please make sure that you subscribe and get notifications when new episodes come out. So here we go. We're going to start with Japan. I hope you enjoy. Okay, first things first. Bikes everywhere. All kinds, kitted out for all purposes too. Not only is it clear that the Japanese people are a cycling nation, but the infrastructure is ever present to accommodate cyclists. There are many bike lanes and ample spaces to park and lock your bike. Speaking of locking your bike, contrary to where I come from, most bikes we saw parked were either not locked at all or had just one small locking device that stopped the back wheel from turning. That thing would have been carried away within minutes in my city. One of our favorite things that we did in Japan was cycle 74 kilometers on the Shimanami-Kato route out of Onamichi. The best part? Motorists seem to expect and respect cyclists on the road. Here's a video of us on the ferry with our bikes to start the cycling route. Next, let's talk about the metro and trains in Japan, which are ample, fast, and efficient. Some of the stations are huge and have so many exits and entrances it can be tough to navigate. We took not one but two wrong trains when we first arrived. But once you get the hang of it, figuring out which train to take is fairly easy. Although it's not cheap, nothing in Japan is, at least it's fast and eco-friendly. The trains were super clean too. Once there was a spill of what looked like water, and within minutes an attendant came and cleaned it up, actually delaying the train at the station until it was dealt with. The trains can get pretty crowded, but I figure this just means that they're doing what they're meant to, transport people sustainably. Here we are in Onamichi as a train passes by. Oh, we can't get over there. That scared me a little bit. I also took many buses while in Japan, which were always pretty timely, clean, and easy to navigate. Although slower than taking the train, because of the sufficient bus lanes, they're still faster, and more eco-friendly than taking an Uber or taxi. And let's not forget about the most healthy and green transportation, walking or running. We walked, hiked, or ran over 460 kilometers during our month in Japan. There are always a lot of people walking, but once we got over the crowds, this was our preferred method of transport. Another thing worth mentioning is the amount of cars on the road, which given the population of most major cities, we found to be quite lower than expected. A great deal of the cars were also electric or hybrid, including the vehicle for this float in a parade that we saw in Nagoya. To sum it up, I would say that Japan has excellent sustainable transportation methods in place. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check back or subscribe to see all the rest. We're obviously now not in Japan anymore. We're somewhere where it is much hotter. These episodes will come in probably a couple of months, so stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. There's Kyle out there. See you soon.